Welcome to Smiles Television Talk Show. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony Miles, and thank you for tuning in again. We are at Lincoln Park in East St. Louis, Illinois, at the 8th annual FamFun3K Walk. You don't want to miss this broadcast with Coach Melody as she unwraps you at the 8th annual FamFun3K Walk. Remember, Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He was crucified and buried, and he rose on the third day. Confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. Believe in your heart that God is raised him from the dead, and thou shalt be saved. Stay tuned for more Smiles. This is Smiles TV. Welcome back to Smiles Television Talk Show, and I'm sitting here with Melody McClellan. Coach Melody, how are you?
I am fantastic.
I told someone I got to remember to keep calling you Coach because that is indeed what you are.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're out here at the 8th annual 3K Fam Fun. 8 years. You've been going strong.
Yes, 8 years. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so one thing that's a little different this year, and we're going to talk about it, you're starting a church initiative too.
Yeah.
So we'll come up with that as well. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to see today.
Okay, well, I'm Coach Melody with Unwrap You, President and Chief Wellness Strategist, and what we've created is a family fun. I realize that people don't always know what the Fam Fun means. It's a family fun 3K, and what we're going to have here today are resources. We have vendors, music, games. It's just going to be a fun time to come out, and we are beating obesity.
I'm so glad you said that because when we were talking earlier and you said, Stephanie, we're going to beat obesity. You know, to me that has a double meaning, but how are we beating obesity? And I understand in Alabama, some things are going on as well.
Yeah.
So how are we beating obesity?
We're doing that by bringing awareness, resources, and that's what we're providing. That's why I'm so glad so many hospital systems are out here, financial wellness and literacy. There is more to it than just a walk. And so I want everybody to understand that totality of it. And yes, we've birthed it out more now. We have a walk in Alabama at the end of the month, the fourth Saturday. Today we have a walk in St. Louis too, over in Shaw Park with Cornerstone. So we're just trying to get people to make this Childhood Obesity Month, but it's also, you can do it all through the month. And the great thing is people can walk anywhere. And I say walk, put on your shoes, walk. All you got to do is walk, hashtag the FamFun3K, FamFun3K.
And you have a lot of vendors out here today, and who are your gold sponsors?
Gold sponsors are Vitality. It's a healthcare system out of California, but they're based all over. It's a physician-led group. Also, we have Scott Credit Union. We have Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, my alma mater.
Okay.
And we also have a couple that don't want to be announced.
Okay, well that's understandable.
Yeah.
So,
but guess what?
What?
They helping us give away over $10,000 this year.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we done maxed out this year. It's better, bigger, and I'm excited.
For sure, and speaking of it being better and bigger, you are actually global.
Oh.
Tell us about our global initiative.
The global initiative is, we have people walking in 4 different continents. And my thing is, actually when the pandemic came and we were all in the house, that's how that part came out, and it's just morphing from there because people want to get involved with something that's important. Think about it, obesity is a big thing now. Our kids are bigger, families. We know that families have to do this together. They have to cook together, walk together, play together, exercise, everything. And then we also have to understand there's a social emotional part about it too, because it's not just about, it's why they're eating, why they're doing what they're doing, what are the triggers. There's a lot going on with the suicide rate increasing. So we have to be mindful, and the Surgeon General says if we don't get a hold of this, we're going to have a generation that's not going to live as long, as the projections are going down based off of that.
Wow, that's very interesting. And you know what, Coach Melody, there are a lot of health disparities among people, and I guess race and ethnicity has a lot to do with it, as well as religion and mental health issues. How do you help deal with that and bridge that gap?
You know what, my thing now, of course I consult, I train, and I speak. And I'm going into corporations and organizations, Fortune 500, 501(c)(3)s, hospital systems. And this thing about starting with a mindset first, because it all starts there. You're not going to make it to your goals. You're not going to get where you want to go if you don't change your mindset and the behavior modifications that come along with it too. And as a person that was in the pharmaceutical industry for almost 20 years and sold a lot of the chronic comorbidities, diabetes, blood pressure, medications, sleep, asthma, I know that through preventative care and education and better habits, we can solve a lot of the world's problems. And that's, to me, 80% of it is nutrition, 20% is physical activity. And when you put that together, you have a recipe for success, but people can't do what they don't know.
That's true. And speaking of all of the businesses and corporations and what have you, how can people get in contact with you if someone may want to underwrite your program? Who
Oh,
knows?
yes, we're looking for an underwriter. Everything I put in the atmosphere, underwriter for 2025. Why? Because my people work hard and we don't get paid because we're doing this as a give back to the community. It started off very small and it was just to get people moving, but now it's a lot. It takes a lot of hours to put all of this together, and I just appreciate everybody that volunteers and come out and support. And it's just a labor of love for the community, and now even given, what we're doing outside of that. So underwriter is great because they will be able to make it even bigger, and even with social media presence and resources and that sort of thing. I got a couple in mind, but if you want to, you get with your girl, Coach Melody.
And tell us about your volunteers. We have a group of young ladies standing with
Oh,
us here.
yes. Well, I'm going to start with these two they've been here the longest. They work the table. Blanche and Quinetta. I appreciate them so much. They tell me just go, sit down, do my thing. I don't sit. And then we have my new assistant because Jarrell had to go out of state. She had an engagement. So this is Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
And then this is, we have two future doctors here. Tell me your name. Aaliyah is volunteering as a result of my mentee, which I've had since 8th grade, and she's in medical school now, 2 degrees now medical school. I'm so proud of her. And so they're out in these streets, thank you, with us today trying to beat obesity.
Okay, and we're going to actually talk with someone who's standing back here. We'll tell her about it a little bit later.
Yes,
So,
yes.
well, we want to thank you, ladies, for supporting so well. And Coach Melody, is there anything that we did not get a chance to talk about that you need to share with the community?
I just want to thank everybody for coming back. I mean, I say thank you a lot. I write thank you cards because it really does mean something. People don't have to do this with me. And I can't do this alone without a team and people. So I always just say thank you, all the volunteers out here. And just watch what's going to happen. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
One thing we didn't talk about really, the children, how are they responding?
The kids this is the biggest year for the children. Of course, kids can't do anything without their parents. So, this year, we didn't talk about the church challenge. This year, I went into churches. I was speaking at churches and youth organizations. So we're going to have the most young people ever this year, which is great. And so next year, I have actually people already want me to come back and speak at their churches because we spoke about prevention,
Right.
Health disparities, and talked about nutrition and well-being. And also with the Youth Wellness and Journal that I have recently published, we're going to not only just give away funds, but we're going to actually do some training going into these organizations and helping the youth with what we just talked about.
Good.
Yeah, education is key. So that's
Okay,
what
and how can people get this book?
Now that
The
can
journal,
be
your journal.
Yes, that's the interactive youth journal, and it's so phenomenal. It's my baby, it's my new baby. But I have a curriculum, affirmation cards, and the journals. And what I'm doing now is building out wellness champions because I can't do all the work, not even with a team. It's just too much. We got millions. There's over 5 million obese children. So that's too much work for me, right? But when we collectively come together, I'm training wellness champions, and then I'll be able to work with them.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Melody. We want to thank you ladies for joining in. And we're going to have a great time out. A lot of people are starting to come in.
Yeah.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with the 8th annual FamFun3K walk at Lincoln Park in East St. Louis, Illinois. Health Information Station wants to help you to stay healthy, stay strong, and keep your immune system boosted. Health Information Station is a nonprofit organization founded and created by Dr. Janetta Stomer, who has a mission of education, engaging, and encouraging participants from the community to combat diseases by eating more fruits and vegetables. Health Information Station provides health education, clothing to people in need, and fruits and vegetables from an indoor vertical farm, reaching people year-round from all walks of life. Health Information Station partners with Be Valid Incorporated. Michelle Hoover, licensed registered dietitian and director of Be Valid Incorporated, says, "When we eat better, we think better, we feel better, and we do better from the inside out." Stay healthy, stay strong, and keep your immune system boosted. Health Information Station wants to be there for you. Welcome back to Smile Television Talk Show. Coach Melody does quite a bit, and one of the things that she does is mentor young people. And I'm sitting here with Jada, and she is a mentee of Coach Melody. How are you today?
I'm awesome, Miss Stephanie. How are you?
I am blessed, thank you. Are you excited to be here?
I'm so excited to be here. So proud of Miss Melody for everything that she's doing.
Tell me about your relationship with Coach Melody. How did you guys meet?
She's known me since 8th grade, so
wow.
she's been with me through 3 degrees and graduating high school. We met at her Ascend program. That's another one of her million programs that she does. I was coming in doing the cotillion for the AKA, and she was there, and we just connected, and we've been connected ever since.
Okay, so what would you say is the most important thing that she's poured into your life?
The most important thing, there are a lot of important things, but probably the most important is definitely hard work and community. She does a lot of community events, and she shows me how she gets everyone together to be able to achieve a common goal.
Okay.
I love that.
Wow, it sounds like there was a script written, and that's good because that's what's in your heart, and that's what came out.
Definitely.
So, dealing with childhood obesity, do you think there's going to be a big impact, and if so, how so?
Definitely, I think there's going to be a big impact. We always just need to start. In my career, I'm a second-year medical student at Ponte Health Science, so I'm really passionate about health and preventative medicine. So just by her even starting and getting the word out to people, that's a step in the right direction for us.
Wow. Well, Jade, I want to thank you for taking time to talk with me. And tell everybody how much you just love Coach Melody.
She is awesome. I just love her for everything that she's doing for our community. And she is just going to make us go in the right direction and get successful.
And we are going to beat obesity.
Yes, beat obesity.
And guess who I have here? I'm sitting here with Logan, who is Coach Melody's son. How are you, Logan?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, thank you. And thank you for taking time to talk with me.
Of course, no problem.
You know what, before we get into the interview, tell me about Coach Melody at home. Did she used to make you run around the house to get in shape then?
Okay. Well, she did have me involved in a lot of youth sports and things like that growing up. But as far as being committed to a healthy lifestyle, it's always been something that she's ingrained in me.
Okay.
As far as, eating the right things, making sure that the nutritional things that I need to eat are always being taken. It's always just been something that I've done naturally. Now it's like just a part of what I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's always been something that she's been into as far as growing up.
Okay.
We always used to eat a salad or some type of green leaf before we
Something
went to sleep.
healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good, that's good. Well, let me ask you this. Before we came on the air, you mentioned that you have some aspirations to do voice acting and different things. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, so I've always been interested in the animated television shows and things of that nature, and so it's just been something that I've been probing and possibly getting into.
Okay.
When I was in Atlanta, I did attend a voice acting class and things of that nature, but I have yet to probe and get my career started in that. But as of right now, I'm just working with cybersecurity and things of that nature.
With cybersecurity? Okay, so how did you get involved in that?
Well, I got involved through a friend, a friend of a friend, and right now I'm getting the proper certifications and things of that nature so I can go take that next step.
Okay, excellent. So let's talk about the 3K. So she's been doing this for 8 years now?
Yes, that's crazy. 8 years has flown by like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember when she first started doing it was just a small event. Now it's prospered to well over, 500, 700 people annually. And, we're always looking to add more and bring, that help into the community. And it's been a beautiful thing to see. I'm very proud of her.
Oh, that she's gonna love when she sees this tape, and I want to thank you. Is there anything that you want to share with our audience about Coach Melody or the walk or yourself before we end this?
Well, I would
brief
like
chat.
to share that she really does this for a living. This is something that she is. This is something that she really genuinely wants to help our community with. And there is no one better for the job than I think than my mom. So.
Oh, that is so kind. You know what? I got to get my son on the air to say some things like that about me.
Oh yeah, tell him and I'll work with him. I'll make sure he says the right things for you.
Okay, sounds good. Don't go away. This is Coach Melanie's son, Logan, and we'll be right back with more smiles.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
I am so blessed to be standing here with State Senator Chris Belt. Thank you, sir, for taking time to talk with
Well,
me.
thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, and he's with the 57th District
Yes.
in Illinois, and his territory is quite wide.
It is. It consists of predominantly St. Clair County. Then I go over into the Madison County with the Venice Township, which is Madison and Venice.
Okay, so Chris Belt, Senator Belt, you are every place once again, and I want to just tell me how much you're invested in this event.
Oh, I'm invested wholeheartedly. I believe in Coach Melanie's vision.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in her, what she's trying to do with the community, particularly underserved communities. I stand here with you right now. I had a kidney transplant in 2010.
Okay.
And that came from hypertension that I didn't know I had, right? I just walked around with headaches. And I was in the gym, I was running, I was active.
Right.
I just didn't believe it could be the diagnosis they gave me, which was a malignant strain of hypertension. And so I am invested. Melanie is a friend, and I know what it means to push wellness in these communities, in our communities.
Yeah, and you know what? It looks like it's getting bigger every year. We have so many people out here today.
That's right.
So her theme this year is Beat Obesity. How can such an event help to beat obesity?
Well, it raises awareness. That's the number one thing, right? It's about educating our public, and it's about the little walk that we're gonna do. It's about getting moved. You know, the hardest thing to do is to get started.
That's right.
Right? And so the onus is on us if we know something that we can share with family and friends and don't. But once we share it, you become better. And this is what this is all about. It's a party with a purpose.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank you, Senator Bell, for taking time to talk. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
I would just say, hey, look, this is fun, but it really is a party with a purpose. After you leave here, go talk to somebody. Spread the word about wellness and health. Health is wealth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Melody, and thank you, IME St. Louis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We're still at the 8th annual FamFun3K walk, and I've been trying to get this gentleman for a long time. He's been on the Smiles broadcast before, but we need to do a whole show just on Arthur Flash Johnson. Hi, Mr. Johnson, how are you?
I'm good, Stephanie. It's great to see you
Or
as
Minister
always.
Johnson.
Yeah, well, pastor. Yeah.
No, that's I didn't know you were a pastor.
All this while I've been ministering. Oh my goodness, since I was 22 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a great.
Okay, and you were just
call.
given a nice award.
Yeah. It was great coming from Coach Melody here. Was given the an award for the program, program in which we help at-risk youth, as you know, dealing with young men, young women, boys and girls, all of that. We cover that whole spectrum. And we also do mentoring through the program. So it's awesome, and it's just awesome to be a part of something that is so community oriented, such as this.
And I
event
love
is.
how you introduce our kids to such greatness. As a matter of fact, you all, he just had Holyfield in his studio, in his ring. What do you call it? Your center.
Right.
Yeah, that was
right.
a great thing for our children to interact with him and things of that nature. So tell me about the relationship you have with Mr. Holyfield.
Well, we go way back to the amateur days. we both have a mutual friend, Mike Cross, and Mike Cross is always bringing us together. Mike Cross and I fought in the amateur along with Holyfield, and we fought during his days before Holyfield became the real deal.
Okay.
All right, so we have that type of relationship. So when people see him show up, they're kind of surprised and awe that he comes.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of respect for what it is that we do. He's a community-oriented individual himself, and he works with all kinds of organizations. But every time we're doing something and we ask him to be a part of it,
he shows up.
He's there to lend a hand, and we appreciate that because it takes a village, as you know.
It
right?
does. Welcome back to Smile Television Talk Show, and I'm sitting here with one of the gold sponsors of the 8th annual 3K Fam Fun from Vitality, Dr. Maureen Bell. Dr. Bell, how are you?
I am great. It's my first time actually in St. Louis, so it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here in our community. You're actually right now in East St. Louis, Illinois. And, a lot of people would lump us into St. Louis, which is, okay, but we're on the Illinois side, and we welcome you to East St. Louis, Illinois.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your company, Vitality.
So Vitality is a physician-owned partnership. We're in 24 states and Washington, D.C., multiple specialties, emergency medicine, internal medicine. But Vitality, our mission is to improve lives. Okay. And that's not just the patients that we're seeing within the hospital walls, but improving lives of the patients in our communities.
Well, let me ask you this. How can such events like this help you in your goals and what you do?
So our goal is to improve lives.
Okay.
And so by partnering with these community events, we have an opportunity to do health screenings. Today we're offering blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks. So a lot of times people don't know they have high blood pressure or diabetes. And we know that those are two of the most common diseases within our communities. So by doing those screenings here, we can identify people who may have high blood pressure or diabetes and then refer them to further care.
Wow, that is so good. And we want to thank you for taking time to talk with us. I hear the band coming in from East St. Louis Senior High School. They're going to drown us out shortly. But is there anything that you can share as a gold sponsor from your organization with our community, some lasting words?
So lasting words, this is an anti-obesity walk. And so it's very important that we're being healthy. Like as parents, we're being healthy for our children. And so we can have healthier communities, so we can live longer, better, more fulfilled lives.
Well, thank you so much again. And God bless you, and I pray that your organization, your company continues to thrive.
Thank you so much.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more smiles. Well, I'm sitting here with a gentleman who has started a publication in the East St. Louis area that has really taken off, and it covers a lot of great information from the East St. Louis area. As you see, our own Coach Melody also is on here. And I'm talking with Lorenzo Savage. How are you, Mr.
Great,
Savage?
Miss Miles. That's Miles. How you doing, sweetie?
I am blessed.
Yes, you are.
And every time I see you, I'm trying to get you on the
I
broadcast, right?
appreciate you. You are so.
So tell us a little bit about your investment in the whole event and where you see it going from here.
Well, it's been great partnering with Coach Melody. I met her back in 2016, and that was around the first year we started the magazine.
Okay.
And Melody came on to the magazine as our health and wellness contributor, and she has done that for free of charge. And of course, at Smiles, you can get your articles in the magazine. She does great stories for us. And she asked us to partner with her on the 3K, FamFun3K, and it's been such a great partnership. And she's a great friend and a great example of somebody coming in the community and making an impact.
One thing that Coach Melody mentioned was how many people are supporting, but she's also looking for investors and things of that nature. So what can you tell the investors of the impact or the importance of them being a part of such an event?
Well, you're investing in the community. You know, when you invest with Unwrap You and I Am ESCL, you're investing in the community and the future of our community, because we need our community, we need our kids to come back home and have a place to live, and we need our kids healthy and safe. That's a part of justice that we need. We've got a little social justice, now we need economic, health and wellness justice. Our neighborhood, you know, our kids are the ones that suffer the most from lack of health care.
That's right.
And so we really love to get the kids out, have them come out and eat healthier. And Coach Melody has done a great job of that.
Well, let me ask you this. What's next for the magazine?
Well, I tell you, we're coming out with more issues. We want to thank our subscribers for sticking with us. We had an issue with a printer, but we also have the magazine available digital online if you ever want to go and get it. We're going to have some more exciting new stories coming out, so look for them coming to you soon. And I'm sure Smiles will be one of the first people to know about it.
Okay, well, please let me know. And
Yes.
I thank you for allowing me to write periodically.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that.
We appreciate your contribution and the work that you do in the community.
Oh, well, God bless you. And
God bless you. You are a blessing.
Continue to enjoy the day and be blessed.
Thank you, love.
Okay. Thank you for staying with us. And I now have the pleasure of sitting with members of the Scott Credit Union. Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you for having
So we have Jasmine and Tamira. Did I pronounce it correctly?
You did.
Okay, first of all, tell me a little bit about the Scott Credit Union.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with the credit union movement, it's really about education and getting into the community, however that is, whether that is offering hands, that human capital element, or if we provide financial support to our communities. So the credit union movement is essentially a not-for-profit structure where we are able to take our profits and give it back to not only our members, but the communities in which we serve.
Oh, wow. Okay, and so joining in with Coach Melody, this is like investing back into the community.
Exactly.
So you guys are big on that, huh?
Absolutely. When we found out that the 3K was happening in September, we were like, we had to get in on this opportunity.
Okay, Tamara, I didn't give you a chance to say much, but tell us your interest in the 3K.
Well, I've been here since Unwrap You started, and I've witnessed Melanie grow her company and our organization. So we're super excited to be a part of it and bring awareness to childhood obesity.
Okay, and we're going to have to cut it short because the music's about to start, but I want to thank you for taking time. Is there anything else that you want to share? Phone numbers, how they can make contact with you if needed?
Yes, if you want to know any more about Scott Credit Union, our products or services, even free financial education opportunities, you can visit scu.org. So it's just Scott Credit Union's abbreviations.org.
Very good, very short. And we want to thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
God bless both of you.
God, to give glory to you, but to edify these children, edify these people here on earth, and bring awareness, God, to better health. And so we thank you for the sun, we thank you for the weather, we thank you for the experience, and we ask, God, that you would bless this occasion right now, that you would keep it, cover it with safety, with joy, with health, and with wealth on this morning. And we thank you and honor you in Jesus' name. Every heart said together, amen.
I'm sitting here with Pastor Ron Young from the Impact Church in St. Louis. How are you?
I am wonderful, I am well, and I'm glad to be here today.
Yes, sir. You know what? You gave a great prayer. We thank God for you.
Thank you.
And then I understand you helped Melanie, Coach Melanie, start a church challenge.
Yes.
And then you won it.
How the chips fell, you know.
I know you guys have a great crowd out here today. But tell us a little bit about the impact that this should and could have in our community and how your church is involved in it.
Well, I think what Coach Melody's vision is and what God has given her is a powerful initiative to bring health and awareness to our young people. I know over time and with initiatives like what Michelle Obama put into place for school and for students, how that was and what that looked like. I think as we are becoming more conscious of our health, I think it has to be grassrooted with our young people and with our children. And so if we could get a new generation of people to be concerned about their health as they get older, lifespans get longer, the world around us gets better. And so I really appreciate what it is she's doing, and I think that's what her aim is.
Okay, the church challenge. Tell me a little bit about the church challenge. What does that entail?
So what it looks like for us is to incorporate faith-based communities to bring awareness as well. For us in our communities, in the Black community more so, especially in this East St. Louis region, our churches have a strong influence on the direction a lot of us go and what we hear and what we believe. And if our churches talk more about health and we come together, then we hope that will infiltrate out to the community at large.
Okay, and where's your church located, and how can people make contact with you?
So our church, Impact Church St. Louis, is really right here in Cahokia, Illinois, on the Illinois side. So we're at 1515 Jerome Lane, right across from the high school, right across from the Board of Education. And we start at 10:15 a.m. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. We are everywhere. And so we hope to be able to see any visitors soon. We want you to be our company.
Thank you, Pastor Ron. I really love you. I thank God for you. And we're going to beat obesity, that's right?
That's right. We're going to beat it one child at a time.
Yes. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more smiles.
Today we gave away $110,000. So put that together, $140,000 because SIUE is giving out 10 scholarships to young people.
Well, everybody, I have the pleasure of talking with the Chancellor of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. His name is Chancellor Minor. Chancellor Minor, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Of course.
So this is your first year out here at the event?
This is my second year.
The second year?
Second year at the event. Second year that SIUE is a sponsor for the program, so we're happy to be here.
Okay, well, excellent. Well, tell us the impact that you think such a program can have on our community.
Well, listen, I like to say every great university has a great community. And so I think in order for the university to thrive and prosper, there has to be some reciprocal relationship between the university and surrounding communities. And our presence here today is just to communicate to people in this community that East St. Louis is as important to us as any other community in the region. And so for me, that is important that we're here, that we're engaging the community. We're recruiting middle schoolers and high schoolers here. So, and it's for a good cause, right? So we want our communities to be thriving and healthy. And as you know, sometimes when students transition from high school to college, the disparities that we see in our communities transition with them. So that if we can get people healthy and happy today, they're more likely to transition to college and be healthy there also.
Okay. So, and I also understand that you gave away 10 scholarships, is that correct?
Well, we gave away more than 10 scholarships.
Okay, well, correct me on that.
So here's what we're offering. For the students who are participating in our Freedom School, we have offered, these are middle schoolers who are participating in the Freedom School, we have offered them a $2,500 scholarship.
Wow.
So sign up for Freedom School if you're a middle schooler. For high school students who are admitted to SIUE, we're offering them what we call the SIUE commitment.
Okay.
The SIUE commitment is for high school students who are admitted to SIUE, and they're coming to us from families who are earning less than $113,575.
Okay.
So if you're coming to us from a household under that income threshold, $113,575, your tuition and fees are covered.
Wow.
Tuition and fees are covered. So we want our high school students in East St. Louis and in surrounding communities, Cahokia, Belleville, and beyond, to know about the SIUE commitment.
Yes, sir. The SIU commitment. Did you hear that? We must get involved in. Yes, sir. And you know what? So you're a young chancellor, and that's great. So
Younger chancellor.
Younger. Okay.
I think some people would argue that given my age, I've got to shed young, so I'm going with younger.
Younger.
Yes, thank you.
So have you had any difficulty in your role in terms of, because you do appear to be, I'm not asking you your age, but in terms of dealing with the college students at all, do they think you're one of them?
Not so much, mostly because I walk around most days in a suit and a shirt and tie, and that's typically a clear indication. It is true that sometimes I'm dressed this way and people are not quite sure. I've been blessed, I think, genetically to look younger, and I've embraced that. The most important thing to me is that I'm able to relate to them, and I want them to know that I am interested in their success as a student. We want the university to work for them. So many young people arrived just 3 weeks ago to SIUE with their hopes and dreams, right? And they're arriving expecting that the university is going to convert those hopes and dreams to help them realize their ambition. So however people find me relatable, I'll take it, so long as they know that we're committed to helping them get to the next phase of life.
That is so good to hear. And the last thing I will note, because prior to the camera starting, we were talking about our backgrounds, and you're originally from Detroit, Michigan. And the community and the makeup of it is very similar to East St. Louis, Illinois. So you can relate and you can feel our pain.
Absolutely. I grew up on the east side of Detroit.
Okay.
Which is in many ways very similar to East St. Louis, very similar to St. Louis. Everyone in my world at that time in Detroit either worked for Ford Motor Company, GM, or Chrysler at the time, is now Stellantis. But our path to the middle class was working in an automotive factory for 30 years. And once they went away, right, it left this huge vacuum. As a 17-year-old, I got one opportunity to go to college. And it was because somebody in my community stopped me and asked me where I was going to college.
Really?
He happened to be a Jackson State alumnus, which is how I ended up at Jackson State. And so I never forget that. When I come to East St. Louis and I see the young people here, it's hard not to see myself in them. And so that's part of our commitment. We want to be here. We want the community to know and understand that we want to be here and that we're genuinely invested in them and in their community.
That's excellent. We thank God for you,
Thank you.
We pray continued success in all your endeavors. And who knows, maybe Smiles has to come on campus and just kind of do a show with you.
Let's do it on campus.
Yes, sir.
Smile, you heard it here.
Okay.
All right, on campus. All right.
Okay, now you heard it here. Okay. Well, we thank God for you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, Coach Melanie, another successful event. This is the 8th annual, and we're looking forward to the 9th annual. I mean, we had all kinds of things going on today, but you know what we didn't talk about in the opening was how many dollars you were able to bring in. Tell us about that.
Well, we actually raised over $10,000. We have to pay bills, and then it'll be over $10,000. And then SIUE, Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville Chancellor, is going to give out $100,000. So we done escalated to $140,000 plus dollars. Yeah, I got to claim that.
Oh wow, how great is that?
Yes.
God is really good.
God is good, and you got to know people.
You do.
You got to know people. So I'm on the SIUE board, and I know Chancellor Minor. Glad that he came out. I wasn't expecting that, so that was just an added bonus to the beautiful weather, all of these amazing people out here, resources from all of our sponsors and vendors that are out here. It's just been a phenomenal day.
Wow, it really has. I want to thank your volunteers again.
Yes, we got a new group.
A new group.
I got another little mentor. She's a pharmacist.
Oh
So you know what? This is Jordan. She wasn't in the first one.
Okay.
And this my goddaughter, Kobe.
Hi, Kobe.
And of course, this is the beloved Blanche here.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Blanche has been here with you for a while.
Yes, yes.
So I want to thank you again, Coach Melanie, for allowing Smile Television to take part in this, okay? And we're going to see you next year when?
We're going to see you on Saturday, September 13th, 2025. Registration open June 1st. What I'm going to plead with everybody, register before the deadline so you don't have to be upset about the t-shirts. We want everybody to get in.
That's right.
And you can donate and you can have your businesses come out. We're doing the church challenge bigger and better this next year. It's going to be, I don't even know how I'm going to get more awesome than this. We had the East Side Band watching. I mean, it was like the cheerleaders, all of it's just, I don't know, y'all, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
And I believe we will.
Yeah.
I want to thank you again.
Oh, thank you for coming. We appreciate you and your good work that you do in the community.
Glory to God.
And I love and appreciate partnering with you. And, you know, we'll do it again next year.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
And I want to thank you for tuning in to Smile Television Talk Show. We've had a wonderful time out here. Remember, only what you do for Christ will last, and keep smiling. You look better when you smile. Jesus is the Lord. The Lord be magnified.
The Smiles Television Talk Show wants to showcase your business, organization, church, and activities. If you have an interest in being a guest on Smiles Television Talk Show, or if you have any show ideas, contact Stephanie Anthony Miles at smilestv777@gmail.com. You may also call 618-741-3770. Tell your friends to subscribe to the Smiles YouTube channel. Let Smiles TV increase your reach. Remember, you look better with Smile.